Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, now I'm going to be talking about the second week of December. And so what this involves is December 8th through the 14th. I'm going to cover each and every day in great detail as to where the moon is transiting and how all the other planets relate to the moon. Because the moon is the public. It's going to be our public eye and how we feel generally as a whole. But remember, if you want to know more personally about yourself, you're going to want to get my Galactic Planner. My Galactic Planner takes all of this and puts it into your birth chart to tell you how all these days and these events affect you personally. So go to galacticplanner.com. And with this, let's get going and start talking about this week. And remember, in the comments, tell me where you're coming from, where you're living. I love to know where you are around the world. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, so all the times I'm referring to are basically going to be Central Time Zone. All right, so let's get going. I am looking at December 8th, which is a Monday. And the moon is going to be in Cancer all day today. And the nakshatra it's in is called Pusha. And Pusha deals with protection. It deals with nurturing, because the symbol for this nakshatra is actually the udder of a cow that gives nourishment and food to people. So this nakshatra is about finding our own solace, our own protection, and nourishing ourselves during this day. And Jupiter being 12th from the moon represents a healing from the past. Now, Ketu sits in the second house from the moon, which can mean that you're feeling a sense of loss around family or not togetherness, or just something doesn't feel whole or complete. Be careful with your spending of money during this time as well. Now, the Venus, Mercury, and Sun are going to be in the 5th house, which means this is a great day for creative abilities, talents, expressing yourself, and especially even for investing. This is a great day for investments and investing. Mars goes to the 6th, so it gives you a little energy, a little vivacious courage and ambition. Yes. So now I am looking at December 9th, which is a Tuesday. And looking at this day, we have the moon in Cancer half of the day. But by around 2:30 or 3, I'll say around 3 p.m., the moon will go into Leo. So, but for the most part of the day, it's going to be in Cancer. And while it's in Cancer, it is in the nakshatra called Astrology. And Astrology does deal with some deep, dark things. It really kind of does. And going back to where Mars is relative to everything else going on here. Mars this day, actually it was yesterday, December 8th, and today, December 9th, Mars is squaring Saturn. That makes it a difficult day for, obstacles, problems. You just feel like you can't get ahead in some way, this Mars squaring Saturn. So that's December 8th and December 9th. Now, another thing about this, I got to tell you, is that Astrology can be very sneaky, underhanded. So be aware of people that are a little too charming and trying to convince you of things that you don't believe in. But by around 3 p.m., the moon will go into Leo. And therefore it's going to be in the nakshatra called Magha. And Magha deals with giving appreciation to our heritage, to our ancestors. So think of them, and especially those that have gone. Give a little prayer and a little thanks to your ancestors today after around 3 p.m. Central Time, that is. Now, with the moon being in Leo, this changes things dramatically. And it's also a time that you're going to feel like you want to do some changes in your home, maybe decorate, furnish, maybe even look into renovating or finding a new home, or even buying a vehicle, because Venus is in the 4th house from the moon. So Jupiter goes to the 11th, and it's going to be like this for the next few days. It means coming together with friends, friendship, new groups, associating with people you haven't seen in a long time, being invited to parties, social events. Go for it. Even though it is Tuesday, the middle of the week, go to any social event you're invited to. It's a good day to find friends and camaraderie. Even though the moon is in Maga, which is the nakshatra that deals with our heritage and finding connection to those that have passed on before us. The moon is approaching Ketu. For the next 2 days, you're going to find like you're much more introspective. So let's move this forward to December 10th, which is Wednesday. And I'm looking at the moon coming together with Ketu. And this makes us more deeply spiritual, thinking about well, it makes you feel like a sense of deep spiritual connection, and or it can even be a time of feeling a loss. But the moon is in the nakshatra Purva Falguni, which is the marriage nakshatra. You're starting to think about relationships, your marriage, how you're connected, healing, working on that, and or finding someone that you can connect with if you're not in a relationship. And this is a very, very creative nakshatra. You will find you feel more artistically inclined, maybe even with decorating around the house with Venus in the 4th. Jupiter in the 11th, yes, go to parties, go to social events. This is the middle of the week, Wednesday. But another important thing is happening today, and that is Neptune turns direct. And this can start to bring a little bit of clarity to our minds with Neptune forming its direct and being more creative in using our imagination. But also on the 10th, Mercury is opposed Uranus the whole day. And this will give us like creative, brilliant ideas. Inventive, creative, but mainly inventive. Think about what you want to invent and do. This is really, really powerful. But all at the same time, people can be very changeable with their attitudes and their thinking process. But use this to invent. Now I'm looking at Thursday, December 11th. And the moon is still in Leo for almost all of the day. Yes, and it is still in Purva Falguni. Later on it will be in Uttara Falguni, which the Falgunis are the marriage nakshatras. So you're going to find that this is a time that you really give homage and appreciation to your marriage partner or work on your relationship and or to find a relationship. Jupiter is still in the 11th house from this, which means groups, friends, and coming together with friends, communicating better with people you know, or invitations to social events, and or decorating, finding things to decorate your home, and even if you're in the market to go buy a car, be a good day for that. All right. So now I am looking at December. It's December 12th. It's a Friday. I love Fridays. Fridays are ruled by Venus. It's like a day of relationships and love on Fridays. And the moon is now in Virgo, but it is still in Uttara Falguni, dealing with relationships. Love that. But Saturn goes to the 7th house from the moon. So it's time for you to get responsible concerning dealings with your partner, or maybe getting serious about a relationship, finding one. But Saturn is 7th from the moon. So it makes you more responsible around relationship issues. Now the Venus, Sun, Mercury are 3rd from the moon, which is great for creativity, expressing yourself, especially in the area of writing, feeling like journaling, writing, expressing yourself through your written word, journaling. How do you feel today? Write it all out, get it out there. Jupiter is 10th from the moon, which means if you're looking for a new job, career, or advancement with your work, this is the time. So things will be good in the workplace during this time. And also around this time, I do notice that Venus is in a position where it's at the midpoint of Rahu Ketu. So that accentuates the time. This is a time for looking for love and romance. Now I'm looking at Saturday, December 13th. And this day, the moon is still in Virgo, but now it's shifted into the nakshatra Hasta. Hasta means to grasp and hold on to things. People with a Hasta moon are highly intelligent. So it's a time that we're using our mind, our intelligence, and our critical thinking. Moon in Virgo, critical thinking. It's a time to do so. And with these 3 planets, which is Mercury, Venus, and Sun, all together in Scorpio, this is a time that we are more creative. It's time for writing, expressing ourselves. The moon is in Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, dealing with writing, the written word. Communications are much stronger. And Jupiter being 10th from this, it's a great time for career and opportunities. Go out and expand yourself with your work. It's a good thing. Now with Mars being 4th from the moon, I want you to realize there may be some, upheaval in the home. Nothing big, just pay attention. There could be some things breaking down in the home, but yeah, it would be minor. Okay. So even on the 13th, Mercury is in a powerful position to Pluto. So it's a time of intense thinking and processing. Now I'm talking about the last day of the 2nd week of December, which is December 14th. It's a Sunday. And the moon moves into Libra, and it is in the nakshatra called Chitra. Chitra is the nakshatra that deals with the bright shining one, creativity, even writing. This is Chitra. Chitra loves bright colors, and it's very, very expressive and beautiful. Venus, Mercury, and Sun are in the 2nd house from the moon. It is a great day financially. Spending money, buying beautiful things, go for it. Just don't overspend. I know it's getting close to the holidays. Mars is in the 3rd house. Your energy picks up. You have more courage. You have more vivacious energy, and you're driven. This is a good time for action-oriented, but Mars does sit where it is squaring Neptune. You got to try to be more realistic. Mars, Neptune, people are delusional sometimes. Ask yourself if you're being realistic about things. Don't make any major decisions with Mars squaring Neptune. Although you can be buying some things. Just don't buy things like a house or anything with Mars squaring Neptune. But it is a good time for buying beautiful things, being creative, yes. And speech and writing, all these ways of communicating, this is what this day is good for. And this concludes the 2nd week of December. Remember, if you want more information on me, if you want to learn about my planner, if you want to learn about my Patreon, become part of our spiritual community, go to galacticcenter.org. Sign up for my free newsletter. As well as, do not forget, if you want to study with me, become my student, go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.